May 3rd to 9th is Emergency Preparedness Week. This week is an opportunity for you to prepare to protect yourself, your family, or community during an emergency. Some of the most vulnerable communities in Brampton will receive free emergency kits, generously sponsored by Enbridge. Learn more, www.brampton.ca/prepared.
First, I want to tell you how happy I am. Today's exhibit, with Dr. Jaideep Mathur. It's a pleasure to have him here exhibit. His work is particular and very intelligently done, and it's a pleasure to have him here available in our gallery. My work is on the other side of the gallery, and it's always a pleasure to have people come and share with me because, any artist is happy to see appreciated by the public. And today here, it's an enormous success, and the number that we have in the gallery enjoying both sides of the gallery. Dr. Jaideep is particular in the sense that his science is combined with the visual aspect of the art. So he paints what he studies, and what he studies is very deep, very interesting. And it's an opportunity for people to, through the arts, discover the phenomena of nature in plants. So he has a particular study, a particular form of art. On my side is the impressionism, trying to be creative, tell a story on each painting, because the intent of me when I paint is to tell a story about a subject that may be motivating me or inspire me on a given situation. Today, here is it has been great. The number of people attending, it has been great that a lot of people have actually purchased a piece of art, and that's a great thing for the artist. It's a great thing for all of us to feel that we have people appreciating the work we do. I thank everyone for being here, and I look forward to the next exhibit, the next event, like the live arts competition coming up, which usually is a big event for the gallery. And we have a few other events on the calendar for people to come enjoy downtown. As you see, I have a couple of the sculptures behind us at the front of the gallery. It's always available for people to come and see. They're particular sculptures talking of particular social issues, like in one case it's about the things society is not too proud of, and that is things we do without thinking, who we harm in the process of seeking money and power. In that process, we hurt people that we don't even acknowledge the fact that we have made a time of people paying for our success. The other sculpture is talking about the process of really civilization is moving along with the work of hardworking people, laborers, engineers, architects, entrepreneurs, those people who dedicate and took the risk in life to build our bridges, our high-rise, build our homes, keep the lights on at night, take the streets functioning. But we are not making much of their operating. We're not consider them heroes. I want this sculpture is dedicated to people that do build our structures, build our life around us, and they do it with good intention and for the good of the future. Building honestly, build good, build for the future.
My name is Jaideep Mathur, and I'm an associate professor at the University of Guelph. Most of my life, the work has been devoted to figuring out how plant cells grow and develop and form shapes. And this is done at using very high-end microscopes and laser lights and things. And so, profession-wise, I'm a molecular cell biologist.
May 3rd to 9th is Emergency Preparedness Week. This week is an opportunity for you to prepare to protect yourself, your family, or community during an emergency. Some of the most vulnerable communities in Brampton will receive free emergency kits, generously sponsored by Enbridge. Learn more www.brampton.ca/prepared.
Hello, today we are at Gallery 35 in beautiful downtown Brampton, and we have this incredible art exhibition by Dr. Jaideep Mathur, who is here with us, and John Cutruzzola. And the exhibition is The Beauty of Nature, put together by Dr. Jaideep Mathur. So let's have a conversation with Dr. Jaideep Mathur. Hi, Dr. Jaideep, how are you?
Hello.
So thank you for this beautiful exhibition of your incredible artwork that I can, we're surrounded by your artwork today. Can you tell us a bit about your background as an artist and as a scientist?
Well, the first thing is, I don't consider myself an artist. Art comes naturally, as it did to me, so I am not a trained artist. But I do enjoy nature, and I enjoy looking at things and wondering how they form and how they behave. Now, that how they form and how they behave became the reason for my scientific endeavors. So I'm trained as a cell biologist, as a scientist. But then in 1994, something amazing happened. A jellyfish in the oceans, a particular protein was isolated, and this is called as the green fluorescent protein.
Wow.
So it occurs naturally in the jellyfish, and subsequently a number of other colors were isolated. So the genes for these colors, they became the basis for the science that I carry out. And the point was, using a green fluorescent protein from a jellyfish, I started expressing that in plants to understand what happens inside a plant cell.
Yeah.
And over the years since 1994 onwards, this has been the basis for the science. Now, that basis allows me to go inside a single cell, a single plant cell, and look at structures that are in the micrometer to nanometer range. And then I come back home after 8 hours of looking at the microscope, and the detail is still in my mind.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I come back and relax by painting again my macro world.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the link between the two,
Right.
the science and the art.
It's so nice, when you said that you don't consider yourself an artist, that art chose you, right? So
I don't know.
it is, being humble to say when art chooses you, right? So I can see that how art chose you, how nature chose you to depict itself through you. So now, Dr. Mathur, can you also talk about how you bridge your experiences, from your experiences in art, how you bring it to your classroom at the University of Guelph, and how, what you research in science and how you bring it to art. And you just talked about that briefly with the example of jellyfish. So if you can, talk about how you bridge the two.
Okay. Uh, could we actually move to one of the paintings that I could
Absolutely.
actually
Absolutely.
use to demonstrate
That
this
would be
point?
so nice.
Okay. So here is one that I would like to use to demonstrate
It's called the cellular rug.
the cellular rug. Now, the question is, this is a rug. Light from that yellow portion which depicts the sun
Yes.
is falling on the rug. And what does the rug represent? The rug actually shows a cell where the yellow is the nucleus. All those red and green and blue dots are small organelles within the living cell. The intricate patterns are the endoplasmic reticulum. Now, imagine, so I will not elaborate on other things there, but
Yeah.
imagine that I'm talking to now a class of students
Yeah.
and introducing them to these structures. I would basically draw out this, and then I will take them through it, and then we'll start elaborating on what those structures do.
Right.
The end result is there is a painting at the basis, and there's a colored depiction of everything that they are seeing.
Yeah.
And most of my classes would have movies of things that are actually happening
Yeah.
in living cells. So there's a complete reinforcement
Okay.
of all of these.
And because I am also a researcher, a scholar, and a classroom instructor, and an artist, I express my art through writing. I write poetry.
Wonderful.
So one of my research projects is exactly about what you're doing in real life, bridging art and your scholarship and, what you do in the classroom. So do you use your paintings as exemplars for students in the classroom? Like, would you bring this exact painting in the classroom and show them through the lens of art and not just science?
Normally, I would create a painting in the class.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah. So I would start by drawing out the things
Yeah.
and then start filling in the details. And some of the students follow me, and in the end, these students have come and presented me with things that they have drawn and painted.
Wow, this is nice. Now, one last question about because your instructor positionality, your own identity,
Yeah.
doing so many things in different dimensions in front of your students. This is how you portray yourself in front of your students. So, do you have an example from your student body that your student also expressed, themselves not just as a booming scholar in science and biology, but also an artist and bridging the two?
I should introduce you to my students. At least a couple of them are
Yeah.
here, and they should tell you about that
Okay,
rather than
wonderful.
me.
Yeah,
So
that would be nice.
let me see. Let me catch these. Both these girls, they are artists in their own right,
Okay.
but they are both big scientists.
Wow, wonderful. Yeah.
May 3rd to 9th is Emergency Preparedness Week. This week is an opportunity for you to prepare to protect yourself, your family, or community during an emergency. Some of the most vulnerable communities in Brampton will receive free emergency kits, generously sponsored by Enbridge. Learn more www.brampton.ca/prepared.
Hi there, I'm Laura Curry. I'm a master's student in Dr. Jaideep Mathur's lab.
And I am Marielle. I am a former master's student from Jaideep's lab.
He's an incredibly inspiring person, with an equal combination of scientific brilliance and artistic extraordinary. He has always been just an exciting person to meet and learn from. So much learning. I met him initially when I was 12 years old as a student touring the university with my big cousin, and coincidentally saw his cell skeets exhibit. So as a young child, I was immediately inspired by the beauty of the plant cell. And wanted to come and pursue it at university. And now getting to see a more artistic side of it rather than the plant cell microscopy is always exciting to see how two worlds can meet and the plant cell can be interjected into art as well.
A lot of Jaideep's research pertains to like the use of microscopy, particularly fluorescent laser scanning microscopy. And so there's this beautiful inner world within the cells that we get to see through it, and seeing different components highlighted in different colors in like live tissue. So the cells we're seeing them live in their little world. And it's really neat to see a lot of these images, particularly this one. I get to see that he's brought that inner world that we see on the microscope and brought it into the level of the plants as whole, and you're seeing it kind of mixed together. And I think that's a unique style and a unique way of expressing plants through art that is, special to him.
Is it a stained glass emporium or a greenhouse? Or is it a pavement cell and a nucleus and the endoplasmic reticulum and mitochondria and peroxisomes? Is it a nucleus or a sun pouring through a window? You can never be sure.
And I also think in some of the other paintings, when there's just like more landscape based and you're seeing so many different flowers, you know that the flowers he's painting, he knows them very like in high detail. He knows the species he's painting, he knows the shape of them, and that's how it's informing him how he paints them in a more landscape setting. So that's something I've always appreciated.
When an art critic was looking at this piece and they were thinking, the orange flowers are so nice. Why shouldn't you put them all over the place and have them growing out all in up the hill? And he said, well, this species only grows along the riverbed in like the moist environment where it's transitioning from river to land. So you wouldn't see it in nature away from the water. And instead of taking a artistic approach and having the flowers wherever they would be most pleasing to a critic, he was sticking to the real scientific and ecology of the landscape.
So and that's appreciating nature as it is.
I already saw this painting in a catalog, and I thought, I've got to have it. It fits our house exactly. And we have just the right spot. In fact, once it's hung on our wall, I should send you a picture of where it is in our house. Jaideep is an amazing individual. He's so in tune with nature. And the fact that he has plants crawling out of a picture totally inspires me.
Hello, my name is Gretel Comas, and I'm the manager for Gallery 35, Bachi Gifts, and Michael Photography, and West End Espresso Bar. And what drives us today to this beautiful afternoon is the beauty of nature. We have two amazing artists showcasing what nature is all about. The beauty of the arts of John Cutruzzola and the amazing and intriguing work of Dr. Jaideep Mathur. If you haven't heard about these two artists, I highly recommend you to come and visit us here in the heart of downtown Brampton, 35 Queen Street West, downtown Brampton.
So today we're here at Gallery 35 to celebrate the opening of the exhibition, The Beauty of Nature, featuring the work of John Cutruzzola and Dr. Jaideep Mathur.
Tell us about yourself.
So I am Rachel Eaton. I am the Art Gallery Curatorial Assistant at the PLR Gallery Museum and Archives. That's just located down a couple blocks away in downtown Brampton. So Gallery 35 and John Cutruzzola are a big part of the arts and culture environment in downtown Brampton. In fact, there's an upcoming event, the Live Arts. I don't know if we call it an exhibition, it's more of a contest where people paint outdoors on plein air for an afternoon, and then the works are judged here in the afternoon.
You will see in some of the paintings, and a lot of people ask me, why do you always paint trees? Why do you always paint water? Why do you always paint streams? And things that keep on running into each other And I said, I don't know. After nearly 40 years of looking at living cells, now I think I start knowing, because one of the things that keeps life running is interconnectivity. And I will elaborate on that. I'm unfortunately going to go into my professorial mode, but I won't. I'll stop right there. The themes are intricate. And I'm joined by a number of excellent students, some of whom are gracing this audience, are also part. Laura, who is presently helping me do the work on plants. Mariel, who has been a student expanding on what goes on inside plants. Pat and others who are also in the corridor and constantly coming up with intriguing questions. The point that started all this was, from a scientific point of view, what constitutes life? And it continues in the form of different students around the world who are still asking that question and will take it to a broader sort of reference. And then after spending a lot of time working with fluorescent proteins obtained from jellyfish and corals and God knows what creatures, I come back home and all those micro and nano structures are still running around in my mind. And then I paint. So what you will see, and I would love to elaborate and bore you to death with whatever I can tell. So don't provoke a long discussion. You can always say, oh, I would just need something to drink or eat. That's why the food is there. But the links are starting to appear, and in the subsequent years, that's something that I would devote my time to. Using the science inside a cell, using the form of life, which is very dynamic, not static, but then bringing it into something which the common man can just pick up and say, oh, you know, I just like the colors. I like the shapes. Well, it is even more fascinating inside a living cell. And that's what I explore during the day. And then in the evening, the paintings come out. So without much more elaboration, I would be happy if you just take a look at it, wonder about what is there, and then provoke me with a question.
And my name is Ashley, and I'm from the downtown Brampton BIA, which honestly would probably not exist without John. He builds a lot of this downtown from the ground up, including a lot of parts of the BIA. So thank you, John, for that. I just wanted to say on behalf of the downtown Brampton BIA that it is a pleasure to be here with you at Gallery 35 for the Beauty of Nature. Today's exhibition is a wonderful reflection of what makes our downtown so special, bringing together creativity, community, and meaningful experiences. We are proud to support opportunities like this showcase, local and international talent, while creating space for connection and conversation. The works of Dr. Jaideep Mathur and John Cutruzzola beautifully highlight the intersection of art, science, and the natural world, reminding us of the importance of both creativity and curiosity in our everyday lives. As we gather this spring, it is especially fitting to celebrate the beauty of our planet and the diverse perspectives that help us see it in new ways. So thank you so much for being here and supporting the arts and for being part of this very vibrant downtown.
May 3rd to 9th is Emergency Preparedness Week. This week is an opportunity for you to prepare to protect yourself, your family, or community during an emergency. Some of the most vulnerable communities in Brampton will receive free emergency kits, generously sponsored by Enbridge. Learn more www.brampton.ca/prepared.